Yo ho ho! What's going on, guys? This is Grimm Reaper bringing you guys a One Punch Man chapter 115 review. This chapter was titled Encounter. It was spectacular on all points. The humor was incredible. The action was pretty interesting. The individuals who got reviewed were just everything. Like, let's get into it. So we start off with the cover page. We got Fubuki on it, fucking looking amazing, just like usual, like always. I always say it, man. She looks the most beautiful when she's like wearing like extravagant, like very elegant clothing. Like the dress that she wore when she first met Saitama, or the cover pages that Murata Sensei has dedicated to her. They all look so beautiful every single time. We've been blessed with more amazing Fubuki fan art, and I'm gonna add this to the gallery for sure. So we start off the chapter with the Puri Garou encounter. This was like, in the live reaction, make sure you guys check out the live reaction link. The link will be in the description. The hypest part of the entire fucking chapter to me was this. When I first seen my boy in the background, and I just prisoned up, I was like, I was looking, I'm like, is that, it's like the hair, bro. The hair just put me like, bro, just seeing my boy for the first time in months. Like, it's been so long since this, man. And I don't think, because if you guys remember, this channel was started after my old channel got deleted. I don't think I talked about Garou on this channel, or we've had a podcast involving Garou on this channel. So this is gonna be like the first chapter where we officially like have in-canon reason to address him and address his possibilities and what's coming up next. So make sure you tune into the One Punch Man podcast coming up in a few days. Oh, it should be freaking amazing. All the theory speculation that we're gonna, oh my god, like I just can't wait. But regards to that, so the issue at hand or on thought was that Puri was going to fight Neon. He's chasing after this feline dragon, quote unquote dragon, especially quotes around the dragon part, because I'm not convinced, but we'll see and we'll respect it for now. That he was gonna get that matchup, you know, and it's kind of far fetched because it's Puri towards the lower half of the S rank guys. You would expect the top echelon of S-class heroes to be the ones fighting the strongest of dragons, or dragons in general, or especially the executive. But it looks like, for the most part, most of the dragons in general are executives. You know, one or two exceptions in rare cases and shit. But besides that, I guess we should have expected any hero, especially S-class in particular, that's coming down here to fight a dragon. But still, it's like, I was optimistic with the Puri confrontation with Neon, in particular because of what Neon showed. Not much at all whatsoever. And he was actually like displaying a lot of like boredom and like obvious disinterest in the encounter with Puri. So we can't really use that to gauge it. But Puri did okay. He survived and he actually looked capable because of it. But that instance isn't the case anymore. Now this does open up for the passageway for Neon, and I don't know how much we can explore that idea or that possibility. We'll definitely discuss it more on the One Punch Man podcast. But this does leave Neon, quote unquote, open to fight or encounter somebody. And one of the things that we talked about in the previous podcast was the possibility of one of these matchups getting jumped. Somebody is going to encounter an additional person. We not only have Darkshine in the new Fubuki group available and about, but Neon and Rover are also about. So technically somebody can get outmatched or can get jumped, and that's going to be spectacular when it happens. But that opens a possibility for Neon in that aspect. And like I said, we'll address that later, more so later on in the podcast. Garou is back, and the context that I took from the cave, there's bones on the ground. There's looks like fucking tables of like torture or surgery instruments everywhere. So I'm assuming that Garou is assuming, or is progressing the plan that she had. Whenever she was holding down Garou with gravity, she explained to him about really what monstrification is, like her form monstrification, and how Orochi is the largest or the best yield of that. And she also told him that he's the next experiment. So this seems just about right. She said that torture, pain, you have to get close to death so many times, like constantly over and over and over, and torture and restraining him is the optimal way to do that, I would think. I don't know who was doing it or if that's actually the case here, if they're just holding him prisoner here, but regardless, it's just weird to see my boy like chained up like that. And it doesn't make sense because the chains pop that easily. So I think they were just holding him here. It may just be that they just put him here, but like, I don't know, man. Regardless of that, if you guys notice that there's bones in the skull on the ground. Previously when Garou was with Tadio, I believe before the Rover confrontation, he actually ate one of the monsters that he killed. He said he was starving. And that was one of the hints, or one of the first steps into the possibility of Garou actually attaining true monstrous features. He doesn't have them, and we don't know what other traits he could be displaying or could display, but like, that's definitely one trait or one sign of like something going on that's weird with Garou. He ate a monster. And it's not like it's like raw meat or something like that. It's like, you would think that it's something that you just can't eat as a human. And it would like, you couldn't digest it or it'd be poisonous to you, but either that's not the case for monsters in general, you can eat them, or Garou's, something's up with Garou. When Puri first ran up to Garou, bro, I was like, the rape in the windows, bro, the sexual in the windows, bro, was like crazy screaming, bro. Like, Garou out here chained up and shit, like down in the cellar. You got Puri with short time running up. I came here just for you. Like, whoa, bro. But obviously, we know what happened. Garou got into nigga's cheeks, and he's free now. The possibilities, the implications of what happened. Puri took deadly, devastating hits from a dragon. We don't know what kind of dragon he is now, but he's at least a dragon. He may not be true dragon yet. He may not be high dragon yet, but this is Dragon Garou for sure. And he popped his ass like that. So Puri's pretty tough, but I think he's out for the count just from one assault from Garou. One assault from Garou. That may say something about Neon, but if it doesn't to you, if you, like I said before, because he was disregarding everything, Puri is out for the count regardless. The panel where Garou's screaming is so, like, it's right, man. Just like the panel of the widespread where he's sitting there like taking off on Puri delivering those hits. That was so good too. Like, just Garou in general was amazing. And then we got the final portion of Garou where he's sitting there in the sketched format, and it reads, "This is an extremely dangerous man that I've awakened." That may have to be the thumbnail of this video. Because I ain't even make it yet, but when I do make it, it might be that. But this is an exceptional drawing, and I appreciate Murata like so much for bringing Garou into the storyline. Once again, I just need more. If you guys also noticed, throughout the chapter, we were getting some pretty good like scenery, and we always have the hallways and stuff like that. I don't know if this could be considered a hallway or what it is, or like an intersection or whatever, but it's amazing. And apparently it exists in real life. On page, I believe it's 11 of the Manga Dex translation, it's where Saitama is walking up these stairs, but the stairs are connected diagonally to a bunch of different passageways in like a center hall, and it looks amazing. And like I said, apparently this exists somewhere in India, I believe, or it's in some particular place. And I guess Murata drew it after that. So I want to like officially declare this because we were like kind of trolling, and like, I was really being serious about the hallways being amazing, all the ones that I've seen so far, and I really do enjoy seeing those, but like, we didn't really have a reason to like give that much importance to them, or just scenery or whatever. But like, this shows to us that Murata is putting extra effort and extra intention into the setting and the scenery in the area that these people are actually walking in. So I want to like actually pay attention to that, like have you guys like start noting it too as well, because like, if he's actually going to like recreate an actual like real world, like, I'm not gonna say wonder, but this looks pretty cool, badass thing, like, that means he's doing that more often. That means that he's like actively, like, that's a thing for him. Like, Murata knows how to do that. He went out of his way to like look at this picture, become familiar with it, and add it into the scenery of the subterranean base. So from now on, I'm gonna pay attention to the scenery and mention it. and I hope that you guys will take it seriously because he is taking it seriously. So it's always exciting to see Saitama, but it's also worrisome because of the encounters that he could have. Now, I was a little worried at first when I saw the flashy one. Like, it was just all a bunch of different feelings. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this happening? I didn't predict that at all. Like, why are Flashy Flash and Saitama together? Like, what? For what? Like, they just don't mesh. Like, I never, like, had an interest in that. Like, this is literally one of those, you know, niggas memes and shit like that. It was like, oh, fucking, a certain person, like, the quotations and shit like that will be like nothing or exists or some shit like that. And then another effect or another person says something just because of that shit. This is exactly it. Like, we was literally sitting there chilling. Like, everybody was chilling. Nobody wanted nothing. And then Murata came out with Saitama and Flashy together. Like, nigga, what? Like, who, nigga, what the fuck? I just don't know, like, what. I just don't know. Like, what the fuck? That's something I'm gonna have to, like, really put up in the podcast because I just don't know what significance that has, what importance it has, what results it's gonna yield, how it's gonna affect things. There's just so many different possibilities now, and like, it's like, what is Flashy out now? Because he's safe. This nigga's got a safe ticket, man. He basically like hopped in a life raft. He ain't. He's good. But like, this also means that what if Flashy's gonna have to encounter one of the strongest and craziest shit ever, just because of fucking Saitama and shit. Because he's there, because you know he's gonna fucking encounter crazy strong shit. May or may not, but regardless, I just don't know what to think of that or what to come up with it. It was fucking amazing the entire time. The dialogue was top notch. The art for the dialogue was top notch. All the cues were hit. The humor was on point. It was amazing. Seeing Saitama dodge the Flashy's attack, Flashy Slash or whatever. It was so like, it was it. And then he actually drew Flashy doing the Flashy Slash amazingly. Like, it's oh my god, I love the storytelling that these guys have in tandem with each other. Murata's drawing and one's original story, like, they're both, it's an incredible tandem. This shit was good. Flashy is stupid as fuck though. For attacking twice, that nigga's stupid, bruh. That nigga's stupid as fuck, bro. Like, nigga, what do you like? I'm like, you know he dodged that shit. He literally dodged that shit. You saw it. You were confident. It was no fluke shit. Like, you saw it. You attacked it. Like, come on, bro. And then the faces, bro. Like, this nigga is like, unless he was about to die. He really was about to die. Like, niggas is tripping, bro. Like, the faces are so memeable this fucking chapter, bro. There's at least 5 to 4 images that should be like permanent, like memes, emojis, or commands in Discord and shit like that. This chapter was fucking hilarious. Like I said, I don't know what is gonna come from the Saitama Flashy team up. They both don't think that the Monster King is dead, yet he is. This lines up the fact that Garou is probably gonna be the Monster King. Now, they should be able to recognize him as the hero hunter, besides Saitama, but, like, still. I don't know if Flashy will, but he may be able to. So, the question is whether they're not going to believe that the hero hunter is the Monster King, if that turns out to be the case, or what the situation is. But we can almost 99% confirm that Garou is going to be the final villain of this arc. That's been positioned for a long-ass fucking time. You could almost say it's been positioned since the beginning, and we could predict that accurately. And you're right, but the closer we get to that, to it actually being the case, like the chapter that we actually see him as the final villain, it won't be confirmed. But even this far out and way back then, we could, like, honestly, like, see it with a fucking telescope and, like, be pretty confident. So that's why I'm saying that if these two guys are going to be together, it's too strong. Like, I'm not saying that Flashy adds anything to Saitama, but, like, now you have a tough guy in Flashy. And then you just, like, guarantee the win with Saitama. Like, unless it's some shit where, like, they somehow separate from each other, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how this is going to work. Like, because obviously whenever they encounter something or a fight, Flash is going to want to fight first. But, like, You know, the dynamics are going to be he's going to see Saitama's power eventually or something like that. I'm not sure if he's going to get the full grasp of Saitama's power or just a portion of like Fubuki does. There's a lot of things that are going to come out from it. I'm like, it's so hard to like put every single one of those details, lay it out. I'm going to do it for the podcast, but as I said, you guys can predict just as accurately as I can. So hop into the comment section of this video and let me know what you guys think is going to come. Oh, you know, matter of fact, no, don't do that shit, bro. All y'all fucking spoiling ass fucks. Fuck that shit. Don't tell me anything. Do not tell me anything predictive-wise about this chapter or what's coming up in consequence to this team-up. Nothing. You fucking spoiling fucks. But regardless of that, Flashy got hawked down, like super duper hawked down. That was funny as hell. And I'm excited to see the actual executive matchups, bro. Like, this chapter was fucking amazing. It distracted me from what we last seen, but like, last chapter set up like everything, bitch. So let's see that shit roll out next chapter, man. So yeah, boys, next time, make sure you check out the One Punch Man podcast. Should be coming up in a few days. Before that, check out the previous podcast for 114 so you can get a connection to this chapter. Check out the live reactions that we do for every single chapter release. Make sure you check out our Patreon as well. We have different tiers you can support with like $5, $10, $20, $50, and you get different perks for assisting the Shogunate, assisting the channel move forward and improve with all the things that we do. So, I'm gonna see y'all niggas. Yo!